Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Good to see you. Welcome to WagWorksGA. I am Jeff. If you're saying, hey, that doesn't make sense with your Twitch channel name, just call me Wags. That works too. So yeah, those of you who are friends of the channel know I'm an Illustrator artist. I am half of a husband-wife team. We work on kids' graphic novels. And hey, I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. How's everybody's week been? I know. Whew. Roast! Oh my gosh, so good to see you here in the stream finally. How's your evening going? I know it's just chilling with the dog. Quiet night, but good one. Well, hey, I'm glad you're having a cozy night. Hopefully we can you can enjoy some cozy art here with us. Yeah, y'all, it's been a week. we had company to start the week. Let me just not move behind my chat box. That's cool. That's cool. If I move it this way, no, that's the way I want. Okay, you know what? It's only like my 9th stream. Figuring it all out. Yeah, we had company. We had a hurricane. Fun stuff at work. It's been busy, and I'm a little bit drained, to be totally honest with you. But that's okay. Nothing like a little therapeutic art. Get my art glove out. Remember to grab my pen and try to not knock over my whole setup. That would be great. Agreed. Honesty is the best policy. Well, without belly aching too much, I'm just gonna get right into it. So I will start out as we do with the old Pokemon cards. Full disclosure, I picked these. Sticking with our honesty is the best policy. By the way, Roast, Ashley says hi. Pick the 3rd card from the left. Okay. For me, that's this one. Or do you mean your left? He says hi. I bet you didn't know she was also my producer. The other left. Okay. Wait. I see what you did there. Frank, how's it going? You are early. I'm happy to see you. I'm just picking out my card for my warm-up. I know. Just once a week, I crawl out from under my rock onto twitch.tv to draw art, throw it at y'all, and then go back into hiding. Okay, so 3rd card from the left, but the other left. I see what you did there, Roast. And we got Vulpix, another one of my favorites, actually. So we're going to start on that warm up. But Frank, how did your interview go? I'm going to pull up some reference art over here. It was today. Oh, cool. Well, I'm glad it went well. Any like encouraging feelings coming out of it? Three of your biggest weaknesses? Man, I have not heard that variation before. That was the plan. They got you. Oh, man. That's good. That's good. Did you list not thinking of 2 other weaknesses as one of your weaknesses? I'm pretty sure that counts. I'm pretty sure. All right, so got my reference art. I'm gonna go ahead, switch over to our art window here. Yay, look at us. Look at us, we're drawing. A lot of applicants. Yeah, that's good. People are looking for just a complete blind sense of confidence. That's what I hear usually. That'll do well. Just kidding. That's good. Yeah, the taking it seriously. The suit. I think. Honestly, I have no idea any longer what interview protocols are. I work remotely full time, and even when I serve on search committees, I'm remote. So, like, I tried to even as an interviewer wear like something with the collar, but I don't know what the policies are anymore. Before I get too off topic, though, I am gonna go ahead and kick off our warm up here. So if you've watched this part before, you know the rules. It's just a 5-minute warm-up. I'm not actually here trying to create a masterpiece. I'm not even really caring if I finish this piece. The goal is just to loosen up my arm. The goal is to get thinking about shapes, activate the art brain. And yeah, so you'll do everything. Well, that's always encouraging. I'm glad they have reasonable expectations for you. Whew. All right, so I got the 5-minute timer up. For any of you who want to draw along, I always encourage it. So 5 minutes, and here we go. Let's pick a different color today. Do a purple. All right. A photorealistic Vulpix. Okay, let's see what I can do. I mean, not to brag, but I'm pretty sure I got it. Sorry, that was the Jeff wasting part of his warm-up time by being a wise guy. All right, how do I do this? What pose do I want to do? Obviously, there's nothing wrong with just using, if you're warming up, just following the reference. But I prefer to try to think of a unique kind of pose. Label this guy again. Okay. Not quite happy with what I was going with there. I've been doing the sleepy Pokemon pose for a while, so let's do something different. At least a little different. Wake up that Pokemon. Well, I mean, I'm not going too crazy with it. I don't like this. I was gonna make it holding like a berry. I don't like that. All right, Art Brain, come on. Let's get the lead out. All right. No erasing. Should I make that one of my rules going forward? No allowing yourself to erase in the warm-up? Yeah, what am I doing? Except I undo a lot. That is my way. Okay. It's a little better. What are we gonna do here? So I'm thinking maybe a stretch. If we're literally waking up this Pokemon. Not wild about that leg, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it. So if we're stretching, we're probably curling the tails around a little bit. Okay. So are there just 6 on there? Okay. Good to know. Oh, and then the 3 on the top would make 9. Interesting. I learned something about Vulpix today. Yes, that is the rule. When they do the big stretch, you must say, big stretch. Not sure I got that quite right. Actually. Something like that. Little smile. Okay, this is not the prettiest rough sketch that I've done, but that's okay. That's not the point. That's not the point. All right, so just gonna move forward a little bit with this, get to like kind of a pencil-y layer, but probably getting pretty close on time here. I'm not even gonna bother checking because the handy dandy timer will tell me. He said the one time he probably forgot to push start on the timer. So yeah, we had a hurricane this week. This is our third one since moving to Florida. Although we weren't in the direct path, so we just got a little bit of the banding overnight as it came through. Hey, I actually did set the timer. Yay! I remembered. I mean, to be fair, it was, well, I guess it was probably Cat 2, Cat 3 as it was moving past us over in the Gulf, like even with us, I guess. But yeah, there were some tornadoes though in the bands in like the eastern part of our county, but we were okay. It didn't sound like too much damage, so that was a relief. Yeah, I am glad that it made landfall as a 3. It could have been real bad. I mean, worse than it actually was. So even as bad as the damage was. Okay. This is okay. But if I ever come back to this one, I've got some work to do to figure it out. But that's all right. That's why we warm up. I actually didn't even draw for a few days this week with company in town. It was a very strange feeling picking up the stylus and realizing that I hadn't done it for 3 or 4 days. So let's go ahead and hop over to our cookie gargoyle. So Roast is actually the person who I'm drawing this for, him and his wife. So we had a little feedback, and he dropped the lore for us, by the way, in the YouTube comments. Let me see if I can just do something here. Just a moment. No, it doesn't want to do that. You know, if I had been really snazzy, I would have just gotten this all taken care of ahead of time, but that's okay. We figure things out. So yeah, I'm trying to bring up the comment, like get a snip of the comment in my OBS window, because with the name, like that is a name, friends. How was I gonna do that? Okay, hold on, not a big deal. Just a moment. You can talk amongst yourselves. Sorry, that was my I watched way too much Saturday Night Live as a kid, so some of that's all ingrained in me. Okay. Are you gonna be... Yep, that is not what I wanted. So I'm doing this in a different scene, which is why I'm not just throwing random things up on your viewing screen right now. Viewing screen. Okay. All right. Okay, so here it is. Here's the Gideon's lore drop. And you can all chuckle at me trying to pronounce this name. So the lore for this gargoyle character is this. So on December 18th, 2020, a mysterious creature flew over Gideon's Bakehouse in Disney Springs and has stayed perched atop the building, protecting their delicious secrets ever since. He hasn't moved yet, but we know his name is, and you taught me this, Dana, and I completely forgot. A goop, yeah. There's a syllable here that's a lie. is what he told me. But it has been said if you can pronounce his name correctly, you will be treated with a tasty surprise. What was I thinking, Frank? Of course. I am all in favor of just calling him Little Agu. Agubdias, was that it? Agubdijas. So the real question then is, do you know harder J, softer J? I'm probably getting the accents completely wrong. Is there a treat if you can say his name correctly? Is that confirmed? Agubdijas? Agubdijas. Okay, haven't tried yet. I'm curious, but like it's gonna be hilarious. I'm just gonna go in and like find a random Gideon's employee and be like, "Hey, a goop get us," and they're like, "What?" That's true. I have no excuse, don't I? Don't I not have no excuse? No, that I didn't. I did not agree to that. Also, to be fair, I don't know what's right, so that could be a problem for the judging. I guess I could just say everything's wrong. But that is the lore for anyone who was curious. All right, let's get to this drawing. So I'm pretty happy with how the lettering has come out. You're old because you started your comic a full year ago? I mean, it is always amazing to see the passage of time, but I don't know if that makes you old. My perspective might be a little bit skewed though, as someone who's northwards of 35. I mean, if perhaps you were carving your webcomic into stone walls, not that you couldn't do that today, but you know, if that was what you when you started, that might be ancient. Yeah, roast. I definitely. I don't know how you would know that lore without looking it up. These cave paintings. That's good. It's a good format. It's a little bit hard to undo on those, but you know. So we talked a little bit, and I know I looked at this pose, and I still love the little mischievous gremlin-y energy. Thank goodness the internet never forgets. Yes, that's true. But there was another idea for modifying this pose that I think I'm going to try real quick. Again, I can just keep, that text can go over any image. So, gonna just kind of copy my setup here for that sketch page. Open this one fresh. Clear out this. And here we go. I love the pose too, but I cannot get the legs right. I mean, unless I can find a reference of like a baby goat sitting. That feels like the right kind of thing that I'm going for. But it has to be just right. I'm not sure, but there was another idea that also came to mind that I want to try discussing with Roast. So we're actually going to take the reference here, bring it back out to full size, the wonderful magic of vector art. And gonna knock down the opacity a little bit here since it's pretty dark. And he's gonna be in this pose, but he's gonna be taking a little bite of the cookie. Same gremlin-y energy, just legs that I'm not stumbling over trying. So how's that gonna go? So he's gonna be looking down a little bit, maybe holding the cookie up a bit. So cookie's gonna go up here. I'm switching it up. I'm using my G pen and not my pencil. Look at me, growing and learning. No, it's true. I mean, how could you possibly resist a Gideon's cookie? If we hadn't bought some for ourselves when we sent you guys, like, we would have eaten some of yours. So this head's going to be a little more like this. Mouth goes way down like that. Something there. I'm gonna knock down the opacity a little bit more. Okay, so then the eyes will be more like that. The cookie tax is real. Yeah, I mean, you probably don't want to receive a cookie care package with like bites out of them. Would be my guess. That might undermine some of the goodwill of the gift. Oh, for your comic you got a new character? I can make those a little bit bigger. Wait, superhero or super villain? I mean, I like the name. It just sounds a little potentially like a supervillain. So it's not closed all the way. Okay, so he's like a sometimes morally gray character. And have you posted it on your Instagram yet? I've been a bit absent from Instagram this week. Okay. Just the first picture? Okay, I'll have to go check it out. That sounds like it's gonna be fun to see. Okay. He doesn't really have eyebrows, so I can't make him like giving like a little bit of a self-satisfied grin. That's okay though. When you're eating a Gideon's cookie, the self-satisfied grin is implied, right? Oh, it's not colored yet? It's good. I always think it's cool seeing work in progress. I mean, that's... yeah, that's probably good. Get those ears in. And just double check. Okay. They do it with like the 3 kind of creases. Okay. We're gonna see more of the leg there. It's gonna go something like that. I'm just gonna assume there's a little fur there. Something like that. And that'll stay the same. Shifty guilty eyes. Yeah, 70 words per minute is pretty solid. I can probably make these a little more chippy. So he's just taking the bite. So maybe we don't have the bite missing from the cookie yet, is what I'm thinking.
Does he have fangs? It'd be cool to see like his fangs overhanging, crumbs like toppling down.
Oh, that'd be cool. He does like, he has like the bottom fangs. So it's like the underbite kind of bulldog thing.
So wouldn't he have top fangs too, but you just don't see them?
Yeah. I was trying to figure out how to fit that in.
Ask Roasty Weather if he wants to see.
Okay, so Ashley was just making a suggestion from the producer's booth. Oh, he heard you. Are you not in chat right now?
I mean, I'm doing dishes.
Oh, thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah.
You haven't gotten to see your fun new sword badge for being a moderator. It's okay. It's okay. All right.
So what did he say?
He says,
Oh.
teeth sunk deep. Yes, Ash. All caps.
Crumbs going everywhere.
Crumbs going everywhere.
I mean, that's the true Gideon's cooking experience.
It really is the the true Gideon's experience. I mean, although maybe he wouldn't be able to fly if it was the true Gideon's experience because the cookies are so large. This stream brought to you by Gideon's. No, they didn't actually pay me. They haven't. I've gotten nothing from them. I just like their cookies. It's fine.
What flavor cookie will it be? I vote for the salted chocolate, triple chunky, whatever.
Salted triple chunky. So she brings up a good point. What flavor cookie it should be? I just drew generic chocolate chips, but that's not quite what they do, is it?
Boring.
So Frank says you're the J. Jonah Jameson of this stream.
Oh.
You did ask me to draw a picture of Spider-Man that one time.
Get back to work.
So many, yeah. I mean, I've probably gushed enough about Gideon's that I don't really need to bring up their website on stream as well.
You did that last?
Because I did that last time. You know, it's funny because Roast had to literally give me directions to where it was, and he doesn't even live here. Spider-Man with his hand in a cookie jar. You know, I mean, he could just web the whole cookie jar and yoink it on over. Really, if you think about it. Maybe that's what I need to draw next stream. Spider-Man stealing J. Jonah Jameson's cookies. I kind of want to go with that. No, what is that? What is happening? That was weird. That shouldn't be a clear erase line. Okay. So I worked really hard to get these wings symmetric before, and I don't see any reason why I would mess with that. So what I'm gonna do, get rid of it. So I'll reuse the wings. Is the cookie big enough? That's what I'm wondering, because their cookies are gigantic. Does this truly give the sense of weight of a Gideon's cookie? What is happening? Why is this erasing? It's not. Oh. Oh, it's because I'm on the erase tool. I thought I was still on my pen tool. Thank you. Good night. I am a master artist. It's true. It's true. Okay. So let's think about this. Does the cookie need to be bigger? And does he need his fangs like really sunk in there? And I think we can kind of accomplish both of these things. Actually intentionally pick the eraser here this time. Look at that, like a pro. Okay, so that means fangs are gonna be like, would be like right here. Maybe we can do something like that. So you get a peek of the fangs. Then the mouth can be covering the edge of the cookie. Make it bigger. Well, not quite there. I kind of like this because it makes it look a little more unwieldy. Just move the hand out. Kind of make that little uneven edge there. Cookie goodness on the inside. Erase this guy out. Okay, I like that. Maybe some crumbs falling. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I just reminded myself of a horrible art mishap I had a few years ago, like 10 years ago actually. Comically large. So it's story time. It's art mishap story time. I drew this picture just for fun of me, like an art catastrophe. Truly, Frank. Oh gosh, do I even have this picture? I probably don't. I think it was back when I was drawing on an iPad. So I was drawing this picture about how much I like coffee, right? So I drew like this like super sparkly eyed, cartoony me. Hair was even shorter back then. I was like launching into the air with my mug of coffee or whatever, spilling. It did look better than this, and I had like rainbow thing, and then I dropped my pen, because also what you do, I was like, oh, you know what would really sell the coffee is if I drew these little brown coffee beans trailing after him. And I finished it and I colored it and I'm like, oh, this is fun. I like it. It's so good. And I posted it. And someone pointed out that the coffee beans kind of just looked like a trail of poop. Which it did. It absolutely did. And I completely failed to see it. And that's why it's really important to have someone you can trust who can look at your art and tell you that you're drawing poop. Or you're drawing someone pointing at a cat's butthole, and you shouldn't do that. It's true. It's a valuable, valuable lesson. Okay. So roast. Coffee is a diuretic. It's absolutely true. So just leave it as that. You ever do the thing where you wonder if like the last thing you said is what would appear on your tombstone? You can get some funny stuff. Yeah, it's close enough. I think I definitely got what you were saying. So roast, what kind of cookie we drawing here? Do you have a preference? Do you have a favorite you want immortalized in this? Well, I mean, you don't have to. I just figured we could talk about it. So Frank, no, I have not seen that show. I have a coworker who told me how hilarious it was, and it's one of those I'm like, oh yeah, this sounds like something I'd enjoy. I just never made the effort to actually sit down and watch it. Is that Charlie Day? He's on that, right? As well as, you know, like Danny DeVito. Okay, so the usual. The usual.
Yes, on the salt crystals.
What?
Yes, on the salt crystals.
Yes, on the salt crystals. It really makes it. Yeah, I was super excited when I saw that Charlie Day was the voice of Luigi for the Mario movie. Even though there's nothing in the Nintendo materials about that character that would make you expect it, it just seems right for some reason. Okay. I mean, we could just do, you know, just a moment. Something like this. I don't know why their page has transparency like that. I don't know why. I know I said I wasn't going to bring up their page, but this is for a reference, so it's perfectly valid. Also, I'm going to be so hungry when I finish this stream. So, like, Rose, do you think something like this, or you just want to go with something more classic and, like, readily identifiable? Be true to the cookie? Alright. Okay. So I'm gonna hide this to not make anybody hungry while I'm drawing, and just peek over at the reference. Just peek on over. Okay. So we got like some, yeah, Reese's Pieces type candies. We got like Cocoa Puff things going on. You know, maybe we make a partially chomped Reese's Pieces coming out of there. Nope. Add another Reese's piece. Pieces. It feels so wrong using the singular for that. Can I have a Reese's piece? Hey, Janos! Welcome back. It's good to see you. True, true. Just a piece of the Reese. Okay. Well, you know, if we don't want it to get too cluttered, we can just keep it with the Reese's Pieces or chocolate chips. Like that doesn't, we don't have to go nuts. And also we don't have to draw any nuts on the cookie. But Janos, it's been good. It's been a crazy week. Had some company, had just a wee bit of a hurricane, but it didn't really pass by us. So we're good. We're good. Crazy week at work. I actually, yeah, with everything going on, I hadn't drawn for a few days until like Tuesday, maybe. Okay, this is good. This is good. Thanks. Yeah, that storm, I'm glad it moved quickly, but it still did plenty of damage for where it hit. It's, we're in dangerous territory with the oceans so warm right now. It's gonna feed anything that pops up. Yeah, it's nice to get back to drawing. I do miss it when I don't do it for a few days. All right, now what is my line thickness here? Okay, we can go, we're probably pretty close at 20. Okay. How have you been this week? All right, turn you off. I don't think I need to do a pencils layer, because this essentially was a pencils layer. It's not as rough as a sketch usually is. Okay, so we're just gonna... I can do that better. Oh no, a long week. Ugh. Are you okay? Actually, maybe this was 15 on line width. Gonna use my hotkeys. Gonna force myself to use my hotkeys. Okay, fair enough. Well, I'm glad you're doing all right. Sorry, it was a long week. But welcome in. Can tell I'm a little rusty this week and just having trouble balancing the pressure and line dynamics. I'll get there. I'll get there. I always tell people to give themselves time and be patient. So I guess I need to do that for myself too, huh? That's not tapering quite as much as I wanted. Yeah, keeping busy is good. It's good. As long as you give yourself time to rest too. Like it's that weird balance, right? But yeah, it just if this stream is on, that means it's almost the end of the week. I was trying to figure out like what night I would even stream otherwise if I was doing more nights. I'm not quite sure I'm there yet.
You're gonna have him perched on anything, like a shadow, like grounding.
I wasn't thinking any shadow. I was thinking he's kind of just flying. He's like flying away with a cookie and eating it while he's flying away. That's my headcanon for this. Did you have something in mind?
Just they had a cuter version of him as a pen, and he's like on a chimney or like brick.
Oh, that is really cute.
We needed a base so it doesn't look like he's pooping crumbs and he's pissing.
Does it look like he's pooping? Did I draw poop again?
No, but you gotta be careful with those things.
It's okay. We're classy here, just to be clear.
Do you want that? You're good.
That's really cute. I can.
That's
Okay. So new thoughts from the producer's booth. Is that okay if I call you the producer? Is that all right? Would you be my producer?
I'm not sure I'm qualified.
Ah, you're fine. Yeah, so I had been thinking that little Agu would be flying, like he's flying away with a cookie and chomping it while he's going. Jano says hi. That's Ashley in the background. That's my wife slash
Hello.
creative partner. She says hi in case that didn't come through. I'm never sure how much the mic picks up outside of me rambling. Which I do from time to time. Yeah, well, Ash noted they actually did do a cutified version of Agu with,
I sent you the screenshot to email.
you sent it to me?
The screenshot to your email.
Okay, cool, thank you. Wait, mine? Or
To the WagWorks.
okay, got it. Got it. Okay, so just gonna share this here in a second as soon as I remember what I was even doing. Hold up. Where did I save you? Okay. But there's one where he's like sitting on like a chimney or something. And that's kind of what I'm looking at. Just trying to find where I'm saving files so I can gather this reference. Chimneys are very in. Aren't chimneys by definition out? Sorry, that's me. It does depend on your reference frame. They are both in and out. Schrodinger's chimney, if you will. Oh, why don't I just copy that? Oh my gosh. Jeff, what are you doing? Oh, the Kirby music. Yay. Okay. So this is what we're looking at. Hey, that's me. So I actually sent the screenshot while I was chatting. That's it's getting a little MC Escher there. Okay. It says like this. Absolutely. Get your hot beverage of choice. For me at night, it's always green tea, although, you know, hot chocolate will work as well. Okay, so the chimney, I kind of like this. I like the idea, and it saves me a little the awkwardness of the poop looking thing. So I think we're gonna do that. pick my color. I'm gonna rough it in. A little more room. Yeah, and yeah, they say tea is really, really quite good for you. Unless you ask your dentist, in which case they're like, no coffee, no tea. And I have to, tell them no deal. Huh. I'm having a thought here. My dentists are nice too. I wouldn't, try to be mean to them or anything. But yeah, the stains from the green tea and coffee are real. So they don't always love it, but they're pretty understanding. Yeah. I don't know how much way to draw this out, Roast. Because the other thing we could totally do is draw like a moon behind him. So we'd have like the wings spread out. We have like maybe somewhere up like here, like a moon going on. And I could either, kind of lightly rough in some craters or something, or we could do like a crescent to make it clearly identifiable. Do you have any thoughts or any preference on this? Is this going in a direction that you like? Yeah, I had to cut back a lot on coffee. I used to drink so very much. Okay. I like the crescent. Okay. Something like that. Okay. Okay. Oh, look at that. We are making decisions. We are doing things. This is the way. But yeah, I used to drink coffee just literally the whole day. And it was okay-ish. Why was there so much more line variation on the other layer? What's going on with my pen over here? Maybe I just did the lines harder. Okay, so let's try going with this. I'm gonna erase you. Yay, Ashley. I like your sword icon. Yeah, I did find when I drank coffee throughout the day, it made me super jittery. And the worst part is you don't even like realize it as much until like you realize how you can't keep your hands entirely still. Okay, come on. What is the deal? Yeesh. Oh my gosh, Ash, I think you might be better with Twitch emotes than me. Of course, that's because when I watch Twitch, I just lurk. So like, if you give me like a dedicated platform, I will sit and talk and I'm this. But if you put me in a large group of people that I don't know, I will just, kind of try to blend into the wall. I mean, clearly Roast and Ashley know this already about me. Okay, we can make this guy a little bit. Here we go. like grabbing my art table to hold it while I put pressure on the pen tab. Get the variation I'm looking for. Oh, roast. The world of Twitch emotes is crazy, and beautiful. Oh, now it's a party. I've been trying to get the like I had to for our workplace chat. I definitely added in the not like this, and I've been trying to get traction with that in some of our chats. Anytime there's technical errors. In fact, I could have used it this week, especially. Oh, Frank, you've got your own emotes for your channel. Do you have any that you want to show off? Okay, now I'm getting the line that I'm looking for. Okay. That might have gotten a little away from me on the bottom there, though. So let's just try a little bit. There we go. Try that again. Nope. Use your hotkeys, Jeff. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good?
I gotta go to bed.
Alright.
Adios. Yeah.
Adios. Everyone say goodnight to Ash.
Good night.
I do love that there's like the hidden Batman symbol. The nose is super cute. They did a good job of cutifying a bat nose. Okay, so it's pretty good, and then notch this down just slightly. That. Okie doke. No, that's too thick. Let's notch it down. Yep. So we have the dreaded tangent here, so I have to fix that. I know we have other artists here in the chat, but this is one of those things that I had never really heard of until I started working, more with the KidLit art world, about how, which was my main experience of working with other artists. Yeah, so the dreaded tangent is when you get lines that do something like this. Like you don't want to have the line just directly ending or coming to a point touching another line. It's actually considered better to have it go either like this or not touch it at all. But the tangent, because it becomes confusing, it creates issues about how you read the depth of the two objects touching each other. So overall, if you are sharing your work with a critique group and you want to get the artists in the group to say something, draw a line with a tangent like that. At least that's what I've learned. But it's good because it's about how the lines read and whether it's clear where things sit. That's not one that I hit, like I run afoul of too much, just every now and then. Okay, I should probably finish his ears here. Of course. The other kind of tangents in this channel are just, you know, me talking. But those tangents are okay. At least I think they are. You guys good with those? Okay, good. Okay, good. Oh man, I didn't even pay attention. So I don't have my OBS screen up when I'm drawing. I didn't see if I did the obligatory make the face you're drawing when I was drawing him eating the cookie. I do that a lot. Drawing in public can be problematic. Yep. Let's get those fingers more even. Nope. That's the same thing. Nope. Get a little bit of a sense of depth there. I'm just gonna pull this endpoint over. Nope, come on. Come on. Oh, that's why. Just pull these points over. Continue that line out. Clean up this. Okay, okay. Still at 12. All right, right. So I need to fix this a little bit here because it was kind of tangenting. It wasn't 100% clear whether that was the border of the cookie. Okay. Yeah. So that becomes clear then. It's like, I think that it's actually going into his mouth. Does that read a little bit better to you guys? Okay, you're good. And then also, as usual, the thicker the line, it usually pushes things to the foreground. But I can't make it 100% thick down here in this part because then it would have a little bit trouble as it fades back into the back. I think that's pretty good though. I'm not too worried about there. Something like that. Okay. So, I'm going to take a brief pause here, head over to our reference layer, and just take out everything that's not the wings. Is that eraser referencing other layers still? Huh, interesting. We have a really good group with our graphic novel, like kid graphic novel community artists who do a group that uses Clip Studio Paint a lot. So usually if I get any weird behaviors, we always meet on Fridays anyway at lunchtime. So I'll bring it to them and usually we can figure out what's up. They can tell me what I was forgetting. Hey, Brigitte, how's it going? Okay, bring you up. here a little bit. All right. Doing pretty well. Doing pretty well. You know, we got past the hurricane okay. So that was nice. as it usually is. It's just been a really busy week. Like, work's been busy. We had company to start the week, or company that left on Monday morning. So I've just been busy. How about you? Okay. That'll work. Sorry, I think I might have already asked you how you were. I was just kind of zoning out while I was drawing. Because I see, hey, good. Yeah. Yeah, it was a quick one, thankfully. Relaxing is good, Janos. Yeah. No worries, no obligation. Just take it easy. I'm happy you're here. Whether you're chilling out or chatting, whatever you feel like. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of this little line fragment. It's not really helping me out there. And again, I'm just gonna pull. Oh, it's a bunch of line fragments. Cool, 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 cool. Oh, you're working on your newsletter? Oh, thanks, Janos. Oh, yeah, definitely. Brigitte, when you get your newsletter together, let us know. I'm so excited. I saw your story for the cramming thing. All right, catch you in a few, Janos. We'll be here for a bit. Okay. It looks pretty good. That works. I'm gonna knock down the thickness on these wings a bit. Did not perfectly match that. But that's why we like vector. I'll bring it down. 2 points. Let's see. How we doing? 2 points. Yeah, it's coming together. I'm always tempted to do my Kronk voice whenever I say that. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Okay, it's down. I mean, I could just actually make the number smaller or bigger, bring it down more points, but you know, apparently I like to make myself do extra pointless work. Okay, better, still a little big up here. Oh, Pona, it was good. It was good. Oh my gosh, it was just a handful of us, but we just were catching up, honestly. Like, we didn't. I don't know if anybody actually shared anything on Monday, but we went like 3.5 hours. Just got talking about. We talked about social media a little bit, so we were trying to share what we were working on. The approach, like new stuff we'd learned about it, things like that. But aside from that, it's just kind of catching up on what the last month had been like for all of us. Rose was telling some awesome stories about her days au pairing overseas. That was pretty cool. I know. Our meetings always go long, but I love it. So how's everything going with cramming? Which, for anyone who hasn't been here when Brigitte has been in the stream, that's her graphic novel that will be coming out. You said 2027, right? Okay. Can bring these guys up a little too. Oh, I could if I was on that layer, huh? Yeah, that's better. For anybody who doesn't work in Clip Studio, this is the beauty of using vector lines, is that you can go in and tweak things, get your lines a little bit thicker or thinner. You can adjust them after the fact. Oh, nice. So is it just getting it settled out for the full script, or is it just is it actually going to be in the book? Okay, we're almost there. What do I have my subtools set for here? Oh, cool. Yeah. I think it's always such a good idea to just help yourself get set in the world of your story. Like, having the backstory is going to help you write. Well, I like the idea of it. Clearly, I don't do the writing, so maybe maybe I'm not the best person to give advice on this, but I see that I like that idea. Okay. I think these are looking pretty consistent. I'm pretty happy with the line widths here. I'm going to go ahead and merge the lines down onto my reference to just bring this all together in one layer. Absolutely, and it makes sense, right? Like you'd know better how your characters are going to act if you have their whole backstory. All right. I can do that a little better. Try to add a little bit of line variation in here. Oh, yeah. So this is actually a mascot for a bakery. So this is not my character, sadly. This is the mascot for Gideon's Bakehouse, which is a bakery here in the Orlando area. They have one at Disney Springs, which is their free kind of commercial shopping area. So it's a gargoyle, and his name is Goobdijus. Honestly, I am all for bakeries with mascots. Yeah, so Roast here in chat is a friend of mine who introduced me to this bakery since he and his wife are frequent Disney goers. I'm almost there. I almost got the pronunciation. So I'm gonna he actually gave the backstory. Apparently there's actual lore for this character, which is apparently on December 18th, 2020, a mysterious creature flew over Gideon's Bakehouse in Disney Springs and has stayed perched atop the building, protecting their delicious secrets ever since. He hasn't moved yet, but we know his name is Agubdijus. It has been said that if you can pronounce his name correctly, you will be treated with a tasty surprise. So that's the lore. That's as much as I think is known about this character. But I'm all for it, really. It's pretty good. Get that little bit there. Yes, did I even say thanks? My gosh, thank you. Thank you, Roast. And also for, introducing me to Gideon's and their ginormous half-pound delicious cookies. Okay. So yeah, the reason that I am drawing this guy, aside from the fact that clearly I do enjoy Gideon's cookies, is I'm making a t-shirt design for Roast and his wife for their next trip down here. Well, I mean, I know that that's what you're saying you're welcome to. It's like, I just didn't know if I'd actually said thanks and realized I should have. So the crumbs. Okay. All right, I can see clearly this chimney is askew, which I'm gonna need to fix from the sketch. But before I get there, I'm gonna drop out the sketch layer and just take a look at my lines. Maybe thicken these guys up a little bit. That was too much. Okay. Pretty happy with that. And now we do the flip. Just to see. Okay, this isn't horrible, but I do see eyes are not quite even. So, Roast, just in case you didn't know, the flip is used to check your work for symmetry. It's like holding it in a mirror for traditional medium, and the point is that our brains usually accommodate for our how we tend to slant the paper when we're drawing, based on our left or right-handedness, and to overcome your brain trying to fix what you see, flipping it the other way will help you kind of get a better, more objective look at your piece. So I usually forget, but I'm trying to force myself more now to pay attention to that and do the flip just to get a sense of the symmetry. This wing is a little bit smaller. Yeah, like usually when I'm looking at a piece, if I can't, I'm like, something doesn't feel right. And then I go and flip it, and I'm like, oh, well, that's why. So it's helpful. It's helpful. Okay. I'll rename this to foreground lines. And just because I like to super organize things, drop this in here. I'll do flat colors in there. And I'm going to draw the background stuff in a separate layer and folder. There we go. Probably draw it behind it completely. That just gives me some more freedom to go and adjust things later. It is turning out to be wicked spooky. And since I feel pretty comfortable saying we're going with this composition. In which case, I'm going to make some adjustments here. Make it a little bit taller. 10 by 12. Is that? I feel like I did. Yeah, we can do. We'll do 12. We'll bump it up. We will bump it up. That is just what we'll do. And what is the resolution on this? Thought I started these at 600. I did not. Goodness gracious. Okay. There we go. So I just bumped up the resolution here to 600 DPI, which is going to give an even cleaner print. I think the last shirt that I did was 300, but yeah, I like this will be even better. So I'm going to check this, scooch these guys down. I figure it's always better to have more resolution than you need, because then it's easier to scale down. Although with the vector lines, it also makes it pretty simple to go either way. So I'm gonna grab my text layer here, and you are definitely at 600, right? 10 by 12, 600, yes, okay. That is exactly what I wanted. No. Okay, there we go. And how's this gonna go? Yes, okay, boom. There we go. And I'm gonna create a text layer up here. Okay, so then I can take the foreground, and I'm just going to adjust the sketch with it. Okay. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, please speak up if there's something that you want to see changed, because I'm doing this, you know, I want it to be just right for y'all. Well, thank you. You flatter me. You flatter me. That's although, you know, can always just go back and look at my warm up and the previous failed pose if I need a dose of humility. You know, when you work in kids books, it turns out humility is never far around the corner. All right, so let's just get this moon going here. Nope, that's not a circle, Jeff. What are you doing? Okay. And, you know, I could totally just come in and use the circle tool here, but I'm trying to get something a little more loose and organic. Like the imperfection is kind of kind of part of the goal. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna tweak it, but it does mean that I'm not gonna worry about it being just right. Alright, gonna connect the line here. Boop, boop, boop. Did we do it? We did it. Okay. And now I'm gonna clear out some of the extra control points. Wait, it did not connect. Now it should do it. Gotta make sure we actually cross. We doing it? Nope, we're not. We're not. It's just saying no, Jeff. Not gonna do it today. That's okay. Maybe leave that one. There we go. So I have found that aside from kind of reducing the file size, which is never a huge issue with a vector, by reducing points, it lets me get a little smoother of a shape. Life is too short to fuss over a circle. I agree. Alright. You know what? I'm going to use the pinch tool here. Whoop. Not that way. Okay, I want to move the endpoints as well. Nope. I'm just not doing it strong enough here. There we go. Bring it in, and I can do a bigger effect too. Yeah, why didn't I just do that first? Also, I know you can use the simplify vector line tool, but I promise this will look much more vaguely circle-esque by the time that I finish. Oh, Jeff, what are you doing? It's good. It's all good. It's all good. We're having a good time here. Okay. Better. Better. Sometimes I feel like I'm just too much the purist that's like, no, you have to do things the hard way. It builds character. But, you know, that makes no sense. I'm trying to learn the faster and smarter way as well, since, you know, the goal is to work on a graphic novel, and I'm gonna have to do hundreds of pictures. And I can't be fussing over every circle I have to draw. Okay, we're close enough because I'm gonna erase half of that anyway. Okay. Alright. It's pretty good. Pretty good. It's alright. So. Just gonna pull down some rulers here to get these pretty good. Okie dokie. I like to use rulers for stuff like this. I know sometimes it can make your lines a little too perfect, but it does give a really nice clean effect, and you can vary up your pen pressure a little bit. We actually had a whole discussion about this in the Clip Studio group. Not about specifically like if it was better to do rulers or not, but how to add variation and layers that you're doing things like panel boundaries and that kind of thing. Okay. Okay. So Oh, I totally did. Okay, cool. I always forget that when you drop in the rulers, it does start you drawing on a different layer. And that's not my favorite thing. All right, here we go. Hey, welcome back. Oh no. Were you able to get it to a charger? Good deal. Okay, well now that I actually drew them on the right layer, I can do that and the guides go away, and that's nice. These little guys I'm not going to worry about a ruler for. Give them a little bit of texture, crookedness. Oopsie daisies. Man, your legs are intense. Turn off the skips. I'm just gonna go in and clean this up a little bit. And add a couple vertices to kind of, whoopsie daisy. There we go. That might have been a little much, but just add a little wiggle to the line. So it's not 100% perfect here. We actually figured out in our Clip Studio group that you could do the same trick for panel borders. So you can use all of Clip Studio's like handy dandy automated panel boundaries, but then you can still, if your goal is to make them look a little more hand-drawn, but say for example you're someone who takes about 20 attempts to draw a straight line, you can, you know, still make them look a bit more natural without having to spend hours trying to get the lines perfectly straight or reasonably straight. I don't know who I'm talking about. Just a little bit. Eh. That's okay. I don't need to do too much with this. Just a little bit of variety there. Okay. Okay, I don't think we're too stiff looking on that. I think that's okay. Just gonna clean this edge a little bit. Okay. I feel like that passes the eye test. Okay. Okay. So checklist. Got all that. Foreground layers are good. Text layers are good for lines. So now we can start coloring. Yay. Alright, so I'm pretty sure canonically Lil Agu is gray. So I think we can do something with that. Rose, do you have an idea of what color shirt you want to put this on? Because if you have something that you're set for the background, I can work with that here. You know? Okay. Let's see. I know in the pin, they give them a really cool texture on the wings, but okay. And just like a gray, I might, instead of just doing it flat, I might give it a little bit of a hue. I have a palette with lots of colors. I've got this purpley gray. I'm actually a really big fan of. So we can work with something like that. Well, the good news is, like, if you know, the main focus here is that, you know, he's gray. That's neutral. It's gonna go with most anything, and the purple can tie in. It'll complement those well. Wait a minute. I love that Game Chops is playing the Mandalorian music in this. We got super into the Mandalorian. Okay, so fill tools. I just watched our Clip Studio Cafe group's video on all the sub options for fill tools, and there is a ton that I learned. I'm not sure I'm gonna actually apply a lot of it, but I could. Okay, so I'm gonna set lines to a little bit opaque so I can see. I'm going to set lines as a reference so I can see how far we fill underneath the lines. I've got close gap on, close and fill. Try this. Area surrounded by black. Turn up the close gap pretty high. Area scaling. Okay. I could do fill up to vector path, but okay, all right. Let's give this a shot. Stepping out of my comfort zone with some new tools. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, this is great. Make sure I draw through that so it doesn't completely fill it. Well, hey, Brigada, thank you for nudging me towards this. The fill it, close and fill tool. Was it like a few weeks ago? Because it turns out once I actually stop and work on figuring out how to work with it, it's great. Okay. And the tooth, of course. Okay. Alright, go a little darker for the wings just to give some variety here. Is that enough variety? We'll see. So I'm thinking the wings can go either darker or I could texture them in some way. Maybe not the exact same way as the pin, because I realize like I'm using the chimney and I've got the moon in there. I'm not trying to just completely copy that idea. Let's try darker, because I think like a too much texture is not necessarily going to be great for a shirt. So I'll knock the transparency back down just to see where on the vector path it's filling. Okay. I like this. I like a little bit of variation. I could probably have had to do a little more just in case there's misalignment on the print. Oopsie daisy. Yep, that'll work. That's just fine. Okay. Alright, well, I don't want to make the eyes completely black. Actually, they kind of have them lit, don't they? In the references. Yeah, they're just bright white there. Let's see, are there any other references we got there? Okay. All right. So yeah, they have them light. So maybe we'll stick with that. Actually, just do white on those. It occurs to me that I forgot to reboot our router today before stream, which usually I do, but today I didn't. We're actually, yeah, haven't been super excited about our ISP lately. Yeah, we just, usually we have to reboot the router at least once a week. I think we just rebooted on Monday. We tried to switch ISPs this week, actually. We found someone that provided fiber. And like we called them, we're like, yeah, we're in your area, cool, let's set you up. And the tech came out and he's like, oh, we don't have anything to plug you into right now. So we tried and we failed. So we're with, you know, here with Spectrum for another little bit. That's okay. Let's see what happens if I turn the paper off. Just look at the transparency. Okay. So if the eyes are kind of glowy, I can make these inside sills a little bit lighter. Nope, that's not the tool. This is the tool. Cool. Just to give that little bit of a glowy feeling in there. Okay, cool. That looks so creepy with the transparency. I don't like it. Turn it off. Okay. Yeah. Just do a nice like deep red for the inside of the mouth. Is that what I want? Well, we're about to find out. Not quite. Not. I'm learning every day. Maybe that's not right. For something that's stone, that doesn't actually make any sense whatsoever. So let's do a dark purple. See how that looks. Yeah, it's funny. It feels like the week wouldn't have been complete without the good old ISP blip. Good times. Good times. All right. Cookie time. And it would have been awesome if I could have just literally pulled out a cookie and started eating it right that second. But drawing it will have to suffice. Okay. Okay. So we're going with the kind of reference of the cookie from their page, the sky. So we'll do a little bit of a richer brown. Looks good. You know, and I like the idea of the orange Reese's Pieces. Kind of brings home the Halloween-y feel with the purples. All right. Yeah. All right. Good deal. Maybe make this guy a little darker. Okie dokie. Try these oranges. They're already in palette. So by the way, this is a palette I had done for graphic novel, like pitch packet, sample pages, all that. So I already had it handy. So I figured, why not just stick with it? I picked out all the colors and tried to keep them all aligned. I mixed them all together so that they all kind of generally agree with each other, since they started from the same reds, blues, and yellows. Hey, thanks, Stream Elements. I am live. You know, it's trying. Bless its heart. Okay. So there's a little variation in there. So we'll do a couple orange. We're not gonna go nuts. So I've got an odd number, so maybe one more orange, just because that can space it out nicely. Now we're gonna grab kind of a nice brown for some of the chocolatey bits. All right. Well, the way I've done it, there's no way to not have two adjacent of the same color. Not that that's a huge issue, but I'm gonna bump up the saturation on this yellow just a little bit. Yeah, you're good. Okay. Is that too much? That should be good. Okay. And what color is the candy piece falling off? Maybe yellow. You know what? Let's do brown. I like the brown. It's good. And darken it a little bit. Saturate it a little bit. Saturate to get that chocolatey texture. And just do that. Okay. Okay, good base colors. I'm pretty happy with that. We can always revisit. Now I'm gonna set up a layer for shadows. I'm not gonna do a whole lot, just some really simple cell shading here. Just to give it a little element of depth. Although I am pretty happy with this flat art as it is. Okay. And I like to do shadows. I heard a really good piece of advice of, if you can use a little bit of color in your shadows, it's good. So I'm going to do that. So let's see. I tend to be pretty partial to like a purple for my shadows. I don't have a specific reason why. I just like it. Just gonna color in the ears. And really kind of my philosophy on this is gonna be the same as it is when I'm working on like a comics page. And that's just really, we're looking for the dramatic things, the things that we want to give like a real sense of depth to. So not everything needs to be perfectly shaded. Oops. Gonna do it like that. Gonna do the light source since it's kind of the moon. He's gonna be a bit backlit. with kind of a reflective light, kicker light on the right side. It doesn't have to be perfectly realistic, but at least it's enough to give us a sense of where things are and the shape of things. Oh, we are getting real close on this. Although I'm not sure I'm gonna make it to finishing tonight. Clearly I am spacing out a bit here. But keep working for a little bit. Maybe like that. There, yeah, give a little bit of a better sense of depth on that. I can bump these guys back up a little bit. Although I got so used to seeing the lower opacity on the lines, I kind of liked it. Could always change the color of the line layer. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. Roast, I salute you for staying up with us. Oh, thanks, man. Well, I am glad you could join. Just a little depth there, give some shadow. Maybe a little edge to the cookie just to kind of show it's not a perfect little flat disc. Looking good. Little shadow over here. Oh right, I made my eraser tiny earlier. There we go. Okay. Give a little dimension to these Reese's pieces. Reese's pieces. Actually, it always says Reese's, so I've started now saying that. Don't at me. Yes. We can, that is the peaceful solution. We can accept both pronunciations. So Frank, are you streaming anything later tonight? Oop, that was too much scroll. Oh, I didn't fill in the rest of the cookies here. What am I doing? First up. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Sometimes it decides it's not gonna pick up your finger as like scrolling, and it's gonna think you're trying to draw, and then you do that. Okay, got those guys. Add a little depth to that. Okay. Alright, I think we might have lost Frank. That's okay. We will hopefully catch him next time. Depth there, make sure it's clear that the wings are behind. Okay. So my first temptation is to try to add some shading and round out the shape of the wings, but honestly, I don't think that's gonna be particularly helpful for this. I might sit on that and see what I want to do with it next week. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I think this is just about done. I am gonna get rid of this little guy here. It's been bugging me. Okay, that's cleaner. Okay. You know what I could do real quick is just add a little highlight. And usually, like when I'm doing comic work, I don't like to do a whole lot of highlight. It can get pretty, it can feel pretty overdone pretty fast. But for something that's just like a single image, I found it to be pretty helpful to add just a little bit more depth. I'm gonna do like a hard light here, and I like to use complementary colors. So I picked a purple shadow, so I'm gonna use a slightly yellow highlight, and I'm not gonna do it everywhere. That's the eraser, Jeff. A little bit there. Maybe a little bit there. That's just a bit of this ear, since some of it would be blocked by the light. And we're gonna add just a little bit of depth to the nose by doing that. A little bit up here. And you'll notice that with the hard light and mixing, it's not coming across super yellow. And also I didn't pick a particularly saturated version of yellow. Maybe that. Maybe something like that. Okay. And you're in the front, so I want to bring a little more contrast to you. Okay. And you. Okay. And here. Nope, too much. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I feel like the highlight really makes it pop. Yeah, I like how this looks with a little bit of highlight. Again, sometimes I have to fight myself on it when I'm doing comics because it's often too much. When I've done panels that might be too much on the wing. Is it? I could do a separate layer and bring it down a little. You know what I need to do? Just need to clip this to the layer below. Oop, nope. Did not like that. There we go. Okay. This way, it doesn't matter if I draw outside the bounds. It's just gonna clip anything that goes past the flat colors layer. So it gives me a little bit of kind of. There we are. Hey guys, I think it's about that time. My ISP is saying, "Hey Jeff, I think you've drawn enough on Twitch.tv tonight." Yeah. Okay. But you know what? That's perfect because I just wanted to get this highlight layer in anyway, and I feel like we got it. I kind of want to add just a right there, maybe just a little bit of a guy right there. Let me catch this one. This one will catch a little moonlight. Remember, it doesn't have to make sense everywhere. Just enough to hint at something vaguely logical. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna call it. My ISP is not cooperating with me, and I feel like it's just gonna keep on doing this if I try to push it. So with that, I'm real happy with where we got today. This is looking good. We got the new pose in. It's coming together. The lines are done. I just need to color the background and flat colors on the lettering. I think we're good. So yeah, thank you guys for joining. Anybody who's still here with all the ins and outs, the internet dropouts. As always, I'll be back next Thursday night, 10 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. So glad to see you guys here. It's just so awesome to hear from all of you. And this is therapeutic for me. I love being here, doing the art, chatting with you guys. Yeah, so I will see you guys again next week. Have a good night. Bye.